Let's continue searching for that silly ghost thing, shall we? Also, let me catch up on chat a little bit. You got it on PS3 and was still made pixels. Interesting. At least the PS3 version should at least not have crappy menus. That would make sense to me, because it's a console version rather than an iOS version. There is a mod. Could you get it to run, Ryok? Because I couldn't. At least not within a reasonable amount of time. What do you mean, crappy menus? Well, here's the thing, Netmonmat. You see the menus here? They are gigantic in battle, like huge. Because they're supposed to be for touchscreen. You can also use the mouse for it if you'd like to, which is a nice change, honestly. But those menus are just ginormous, holy cow. I can barely see the enemies or the battlefield for that matter. Since the game is not scaled up to be widescreen in battle either, it's just kind of awkward to have the menus that large. Aside from that, it's not bad, honestly. Like, it's not that it doesn't work, it's just too large. Personally, I would have preferred if they implemented something along the lines of quick menu, where you press up for attack, you press down for item, you press left for main ability 1 and right for main ability 2. Kind of like you do have the option for quick menu, or short as it is called in other Final Fantasies. But yeah, there is a mod for it. The mod does technically work, I just couldn't get it to work within a reasonable amount of time. Like, the description just makes absolutely no sense for what is in the zip file for the mod. By the way, just kind of throwing that out there, which casual games would you guys like to see next? Also, apparently we still don't get to find what we're looking for. New threat is fantastic. What does new threat do for Final Fantasy VII? Most videos have found it on planes. I see, thank you, PP. Actually, I didn't think about checking YouTube videos, because it just doesn't make sense. Am I at least in approximately the correct position? I want to look for the thing closer to the tree now. Which is loving Wild Arm 2. Final Fantasy VII New Threat is a rebalanced rewrite mode, really meant for people who want to play Final Fantasy VII again. I see, for a first playthrough I will probably just go with the standard setting then. Or Southgate as well. Wait, this is not Southgate? I thought that was Southgate over there. Ah, this would make sense, I guess. Now we're cooking? Alrighty, thank you for the heads up. Appreciate those. Star Ocean 2. Star Ocean 2 probably has the problem that I don't have a way of actually playing it without downloading a ROM and using emulator, which I would prefer to avoid. Valor 2 is getting a lot of love lately. Interesting. All Arms 2 is on PS2 and PS4. I don't have a PS3 or 4. I know Bowie played through, or plays through pretty much all Wild Arms games recently, it looks like. Bowie the hero, that is. I'm finding this cup is probably too expensive, considering how many people really like Star Ocean 2. I've actually not specifically looked at Star Ocean 2, but other PlayStation games. Either way, it wouldn't be a thing for right now anyways, for me to play PlayStation games, since... Well, I guess there's a PS3 around here that is technically backwards compatible. I don't know if it actually works though. Also, somehow Windows decided, no, you're not focusing Final Fantasy 9 anymore. Star Ocean PSP is the way to go. I have no idea. I guess technically Kashura has a code for PSP and a way to capture it. So it would technically be an option. You said earlier you don't like tactics RPGs, I'll see what I said this guy. Yeah, this tactics RPGs, for me it's just like... If it's in a small scale tactics RPG where you have like 2, 3, maximum of 4 characters, not an entire team, it starts getting really slow if you go into the larger battles. Like, I don't enjoy tactics battles enough for them to last hours. Guardians Crusade. I don't know that one at all. Dude! Yes, somebody mentioned the dudes. I mean, there is... Can I really be the hero? A pretty game. I know that's a thing. That would probably be more up my alley. But yeah, as I said, Megas, it's just kind of... I don't want to spend that much time in tactics RPGs. If you know Shadowrun Returns, that's pretty much the scale of tactics RPGs that I actually enjoy quite a bit. This guy is pretty dang fast. Is it really? Doesn't look that fast to me. Well, let's put it this way. I believe me when you say it's fast for a tactics RPG. But I guess I just don't like them enough. No, I'm actually not referring to anything in specific. That's kind of from what I've seen from Final Fantasy Tactics, for example. PC demos the first 6 chapters. That's a lot of chapters. I mean, I'm sure it's not bad, and I'm sure it would be a fine game. Even if I were to not necessarily like tactics RPGs. There's games that are of, let's say, types of games that I don't usually like too much, but they can still convince me. But the problem is for me to give them a shot in the end, really, isn't it? Like, for me to actually get started. Right now I don't feel like giving tactics a try currently. But yeah, it's fair. This guy is certainly faster than the battle transition in this game. There's a mod where you can shorten that if you would like to. Are you sure stutter stepping helps, by the way? Modding? Oh my god. This guy has over other tactics opportunities. The story is funny. I see. I feel like BGG is more the type of person where you can enjoy a funny story. Kind of unusual that an inherently supposed to be funny game is all that intriguing to me. Even though it's funny, I don't think I'm the type of streamer who would necessarily enjoy watching it too much, although it can be quite fine by itself. Story-driven game like Life is Strange. It is indeed a quite strange one. I don't know much about it. I heard pretty good things about it though. We're using the area name exploit that disables encounters before the area name goes away. I believe you can still get friendly encounters. I don't know what that means. Because of this other step thing? Game of the Year 2018 Crosscode. I saw a fair bit of it. Again, it didn't look all that captivating to me. Like, it looked like... It's kind of weird for Crosscode for me. It looks a lot like Ys games to me. I really liked playing Ys Oath of Felghana until a certain point. And the gameplay was just really good if it didn't have that weird leveling curve thing. I'm not sure why I don't feel like playing that kind of style though, right now. We don't even have it to debate here anyways. Might and Magic 7 next. I mean, I'm intrigued by it, because I can't just use the dragon to absolutely melt everything. I thought in Might and Magic 8 dragons eventually fall off in power, but that's not the case at all. I guess I just didn't remember necessarily putting many points into dragon type abilities. But Sim is the one that had the hardest time breaking. Then you did. Okay. I know haste is kind of... Actually, I do know one thing about 7 that kind of breaks the game. But that's only really available once you enter the final area. With... I don't know what the trait is called, but like artifact weapon or ancient weapon proficiency. You just might go put that to master and then put haste on your characters. Then you can literally spam every single frame at a shot at an enemy. That's the only thing I know, actually. I wish you could still have a party without Zidane once you hit Memoria, even outside of it. Yeah, I agree. Replaying them all, Might and Magic 7 was certainly a favorite for the replays. Interesting. Yeah, I've actually, well, as I mentioned before, I've never really played Might and Magic 7 much. Like, I played the first island, then I clear out the castle, and that's it. Breath of Fire 4. I think I even have a disc for that. The problem is, for Breath of Fire 4, that I don't have... a PlayStation right now. Or my disc with me, for that matter. What platforms are available again? Mostly PC and maybe SNES. PC currently is preferable. Tried up the Japanese version and the Japanese PS2. I mean, we have a PS3 that is backwards compatible here, apparently. I've yet to try it. I probably should try it. Who is the worst Final Fantasy main character? I don't know. Why would you want to talk about the bad stuff when there's so much good in it? Is this Twitch Yaga? That's why we talk about bad stuff? Nah, that's not a good argument, I guess. Because everyone always talks about their favorite, makes a change. Nah, I hear lots of bad things, like... What's the worst game you've ever played? That can have actually an interesting talk, though. I just I prefer positive stuff, though. To answer your question, I have no clue. Because the Final Fantasies I've played, for the most part, had kind of a cast of main characters rather than a single one. Final Fantasy IX might be more or less, alongside 10 I guess, in a sense, the first Final Fantasies that I've played, or really played, that don't actually have an actual main character. Can confirm? Not around here. Not usually. It happens. Are you guys sure I haven't seen the ghost already? Maybe it's in a very specific spot and I'm just not running around in the correct place. We need to go further. Because this is the guy that I've been trying to get since half an hour before we started today already. He should be anywhere on this stretch. Yeah. You know, considering how quickly we found the other guys, I'm kind of hard-pressed to believe that this is just coincidence. Like, what makes me think is that maybe there's just certain places here that have different sets of encounters, and there's just, like, this small patch here has a chance for including that friendly ghost thing. That's about it. And you just need to exactly get an encounter on this small patch and then get lucky enough to get the encounter or something like that. That's kind of my thought on it though. Have you ever played Oddworld Apes Odyssey? No, actually I have not. It's kind of like a puzzle-ish game, isn't it? Where you play a character that takes control over other characters, mind controlling them and stuff. I've read and heard about it. Quite neat. Right in front of Trina should definitely work if I remember correctly. Okay. Not easy, I believe it. That's a PlayStation era game, isn't it? Those usually are not all that easy. The question is whether it's any good. And a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for that kind of game, if I'm not mistaken. There's that. Oh, is this what you mean with the nameplate exploit? Like... We haven't encountered him yet, of course. Right. I assume I haven't encountered him. I don't remember anyways. PlayStation 1. Okay. Nope. Regular encounters still occur, so I guess that's not what you mean. So how did I really feel about Final Fantasy IX, now that I've finished the game essentially? Well, I think the verdict is... the story is really awesome. Like, really good. Overall, the gameplay... it's okay. Essentially, the way ATB works and the overly long animations and how queuing works is just not quite what I think is all that interesting. From that perspective, I would prefer a system like Final Fantasy X, where it's just no ATB anymore at all. Appleton, thank you for the host, I appreciate that. Welcome everybody, I hope you're doing well. Aside from that, for Final Fantasy IX, the one thing that I feel like is probably the most unfortunate is I don't have a compelling enough of a reason to play this game again. To illustrate what I mean with that is like... Final Fantasy V, you can't just create completely different sets of characters that have different abilities and do different things. This game here, while I would like to replay it to an extent, just to find all the things that I've missed and do all the things that are kind of limited, the extra boss in the other place, I kind of want to do that eventually at some point, but I'm not going to do that right now anyways. Final Fantasy IX is fun to speedrun, and if the game is fun to speedrun if you like it enough, well, that's maybe not necessarily true. You love Dark Cloud 1 and 2. I believe Dark Cloud, I was told, has a lot of crafting in it. I'm not the biggest fan of crafting. Like, this kind of crafting system in this game here is actually pretty much what I kind of like. It's simple, more or less straightforward. Nothing too obscure or intricate. But it still gives you a decent advantage when you actually use the synthesizing. You can ignore it, but yeah, aren't you kind of missing out on part of the game that makes it good? It's simple in 2. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of another game. Was that Rogue Galaxy, I guess? Maybe. Might be Rogue Galaxy I was thinking of. So... you're not a big fan of Dark Cloud 1's crafting. The Atreus style board building is one of the stronger parts of it, really. I might be not thinking of the correct game then. I don't remember anything about Actraiser 1 style. Other stuff is horror. I see. You like horror games then, Ryok, I guess? There was an RPG I mentioned yesterday I didn't like. What was it again? I don't remember. What did I mention? You love horror as your favorite genre? Impressive. It's kind of intriguing. It does give you a different type of sensation, so to speak, or maybe not sensation, what's the word I'm looking for? of experience than the other games. Google says people had a hard time finding the ghost in this core, and some suggest a little green field at the opening of the Kwan's dwelling. That is between the forest and the cave, or on the mountainside overlooking Kwan's dwelling balcony. There's this little green ledge. Not clear if that helps. I see. Thank you, Quadlight. So this Kwan's dwelling is over here. That little ledge that overlooks it. Is this Kwan's dwelling ledge? No. Maybe this thing over here? Maybe this thing over here? I assume it has to be in the dark. Then again, I don't really know that. Let's see. Little green field at the opening of Kwan's dwelling. It should be over here. Well then, that worked. Thank you, Quadlight. As mentioned before, I was feeling that we were kind of wrong there. Like, it took too long. This wasn't just coincidence. I could really go for some more. This thing looks adorable. Can I get another close-up on it? Much appreciated. That was fast. That was fast. I agree. Alright, let's actually go over there with the Chocobo, because apparently there is a lot of things with the Chocobo outside of the Chocographs even. Like, I found one crack, and I remember there being one crack that I just couldn't find anymore where it was. He's got a little halo, yes. The guy was adorable. He has a doorbell. Hi Choco, how are you doing? I did not mean to get into an encounter. That took so long to load, I thought that we had another soft block. Alrighty, hi Ragtag how are you doing? Pop quiz, question number 5. Leadership Prima Vista uses mist as its source of energy. Yes, that's true. There's only very few ships that used not mist as a source of energy, which was kind of a big point in the story. Correct! If it didn't say pre-leadership and just said Prima Vista, you're pretty good. I would have potentially got this wrong, because I didn't remember the name of it at all. Is there any Suikoden game on PC? I don't think there is. Need a hint before start looking. I did not mean to peck the ground. The original Suikoden was on Windows. Was it? Interesting. That might be technically an option. I'm not necessarily looking for RPGs. Oh goodness. Hi. I already found you guys. Good night. Oh, hey, good morning. Don't kill my queena. Oh my god, you're just rude. No. Not sure what I want to play next. I have a few ideas, as in I'm just looking for more suggestions. You can't use Remedy for that. Interesting. I figured Remedy would literally work for everything, but apparently that's not the case at all. Ladane does have Flee. That's true! I forgot about that. Ah. You said... Oh, Skies of Arcadia! No, I love Skies of Arcadia. That game is amazing, Brixian. It's just kind of... It's too slow for its own good, despite me really liking the game. That's what I mentioned there. By the way, did the animation of Dragon's Crest update as well? Apparently you're no longer asleep. Kinda bad. Ringo Ishikawa. I guess beat 'em ups can be fun, but not necessarily looking for that. Do you have a playthrough of it? I think Skies of Arcadia is actually before I started highlighting. No, actually. Wait. I do have a playthrough of Skies of Arcadia, but I think it was Skies of Arcadia that is actually missing a part because of Twitch somehow deleting it, or maybe me not highlighting it in time, something along those lines. Have I thought about Breath of Fire series? Breath of Fire 1 was kinda boring. Breath of Fire 2 might get in sometime. As in, when I say Breath of Fire 1 was kinda boring, I mean mostly the gameplay and battle system. Overall I like the game, like the pixel art is really pretty. The mechanics are fine. The translation on how they had to shorten the names is really not so great. But that's just kind of a victim of its time, so to speak. And from what I heard, Breath of Fire 2 is significantly better. Like essentially, once you had the Breath of Fire 1 combat figured out, there was not really a whole lot to do most of the time, outside of just use that thing that works. Owlboy. Actually, Owlboy is kind of a really good suggestion, because I have that in my Steam library since quite a while, and I keep meaning to play, but I never do. I like that suggestion. I'm going to make a straw poll in the end anyways. I'm kind of looking for games that may not be quite as popular, so the games that are not as popular but I kind of would like to play again would have a shot at actually getting in, such as Mystic Arc. Give me a diamond! So, somebody mentioned that this thing is actually really strong and dangerous if you try to actually fight it. So, what I'm going to do is I will try to kill you, first of all. Then I'd probably die to it. Ah! Ho, 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 ho. This thing is apparently stronger than... Oh my goodness. This thing apparently... Oh, 93? Is apparently stronger than... Ozma that we just fought. Enchanted Arms. I don't know that one. Oh. Can I still give you the diamond? It pays to have a plan for this little cutie. It doesn't care anymore. Oh, it's in a diamond. I'm not going to survive it anyways. But yeah, I would definitely need a plan for this thing. This is crazy. My queen is still alive-ish. No, it kills you and takes all the diamonds. Right. So realistically, how tough is this thing? I have to be honest with you, I don't feel like actually fighting it. It's adorable and it's kind of rude for me to hit it. Let's not do that. Have you played Ori and the Blind Forest? Yes. More or less when it was released. And it didn't have rebindable keybinds, which was just kind of... It almost made me stop playing the game. I'm kinda glad I stuck through it, but... It's just so weird nowadays. A game like that just not having any rebindable keys. Was it ever beaten? I'm pretty sure you can beat this thing. So I assume Mighty Guard would half the damage, then you can just have two characters spam heal, since you're not going to necessarily die to it, and some characters be able to use their abilities. Look at it, it's so cute! Don't hit it. Oh, the continue was from earlier than that. Gotcha. I need to load the save rather than the continue. That's the problem. You can basically win easy with high enough level and fixed damage skills. That's about all you need to plan. Really? Then I should try it actually, because I do have that. Jan has more HP than Ozma. Ozma was lacking about 10,000 HP. So, in this case, I'm just going to put all of you in the back row. I need to have Loudmouth, so you can still use abilities after the bar. And you may also need Loudmouth. Then we're just going to use the same strategy as earlier. Actually, we would need some healers in my team. Let's get... Oh, wait, I am so far away from the airship. Let's get Garnet back in the party. But have you seen my mess? Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, Ryok. Blood Omen and Soul Reaver. I've never heard of them. No, can't say I have. Ozma is completely beaten. If you have anything to say about it, feel free to tell me anything. Where to follow? Basically, you can tell me everything about the game right now, at this point. I'm okay with this. So, Mighty Guard, actually damage, healing. Let's go. Speaking of healing, you probably also need equipment, don't you? Do I kind of have it? It's fine. We also need Loudmouth. What pattern Ozma gave me? Once I was finally set up for my strategy, it took 2 attempts. The first one I got more or less devastated by a meteor that just outright killed most of my party, except for one character. And then in the second attempt, the meteor left my most crucial characters alive and I only got 1 meteor. Yes, I learned what doing the friendly monsters does before Ozma. I kind of wonder what kind of connection it has though. Nice. Okay, let's try this. Now I want to beat this thing before giving it a diamond. Do you know what Ozma's hidden ATB gimmick is? That he is that fast, I guess? So Ozma seems to have worked unlike any literally other boss in the game or enemy, where I couldn't buffer my abilities at all. Ozma would always get a turn. You know when you beat him once, the first time you cast, never cast a meteor or curse once. I see. I got 1 curse. That wasn't too bad. He has normal ATB, however when you select him with a command and it is not his turn, he immediately gets a turn. Oh wow. Just select him with the hand, not even confirm. Really? Wow. That's so weird. That's so weird. Alrighty, who do I actually want to have? I want Quina to go next. I need Mighty Guard first of all. Then you steal, you use 6 damage skill, and you just heal everybody. Doesn't have anything. Bah! Oh, Garnet is in the front row. That's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. Sorry. A diamond. Oh. The only boss in the series that just ignores the ATB. Makes sense. I think that's like 22,000 damage. I think I also want to use an elixir on Quina. Otherwise Quina's going to run out of MP. Ouch. I need Kuraga now, please. Who's going to trance? Oh, Quina. Although they can eat that. You're not giving me any? No, I'm sorry. I'll give you one after we relive this moment. Just a little bit later. This should be less than half HP. Once Freya goes. Let's try summoning Atmos on him. Probably. What does Atmos do actually? I do remember it being kind of a weird summon type thing. Gravity damage. Oh. Wait, was that basically just half HP? I cannot eat. Did I just single target heal dagger? I think I did. Dagger anyways. Like one more Dragon's Crest, we would have it. Like we might just survive this without getting more healing, thanks to Regen being so overpowered. Trance. Oh, one question. Does thievery account for how many items you steal, or how often you try to steal? All three cactus are in trance. No. Wow. How many successful attempts by any character with a steal command? I see, thank you. Appreciate that information. Wait, that's a bad idea. She's not going to survive the counter-attack here. Unless there is no counter-attack. Because we might just win here. Oh yeah, you could have used Grand Lethal, I forgot about this too. Oh, he's still alive. This isn't a super fight, we already did that. So this was just its own attack just now. Number of successful steals times speed divided by 2. Oh, okay. If I have like 50 speed, I need to steal about 2000 times then. Thank you. Grand lethal. It's kind of like the grand finale. It's actually lethal. Oh wow, that was not even max damage. Really? Wow, this thing is crazy strong. I should try all the limits when to see how tough its defense is. I seen Freya's jump the 54 damage. Hey, we get 50 AP for this. And the Rosetta ring. So, question, can I now still encounter this thing? Or is it gone for good? Okay, I can still encounter it. Alright, we beat the hidden super boss thing. Really, the only problem was because Dagger was in the front row. Not even that was much of a problem. Quina and Freya and Moth ended up just mostly surviving thanks to Regen without too much trouble. Miss. You can keep encountering it until you give it a diamond. Interesting. The drop Rosetta rings, are they any good? Actually, I know they are kinda decent, but is there anything special about them? Alrighty, now we give you a diamond. Sorry for lightly beating you up lately. I was kind of forced to by a certain chat committee that overruled my decision. Alrighty, you get a diamond. Here we go. And hey Kishura, greetings. Yes, we beat Ozma and we beat this little guy too, just now. Thanks a lot! Reached the round guy. Huh? You already beat him? So what would the thing normally say? Mr. Nice Guy. I don't think I was that nice. What would the guy normally say? Now we can reach the round guy. Alrighty, so now the last thing that we are going to do is apparently you can find many things on the Chocobo overworld that isn't just the Chocographs. And let's see where those are. I think I have at least 1 or 2 Chocographs still left anyways. Let's see. I did not mean to do that. By the way, Friendly On is the only thing considered to be impossible to beat at level 1. Oh. So, alrighty. Now, apparently there's bubbles on the ocean, which by the way, I've already found a set of bubbles earlier. And I was kind of wondering, when I was with the airship that is, I was wondering, I wonder what those bubbles do. They look a bit strange. And apparently you can actually interact with them. I didn't even think about this myself. Top left corner of the map, hidden island. Okay, let's actually just go there real quick because that's more or less where I'm going. The bubbles I found were straight north of Aoife Tree, if I wanna remember. Yes, actually, I do. That's kind of where I was going initially. I need to be flying though. Okay, I need to be flying in order to get here. I never recognized that there was an island that wasn't on the map. Oh. So let's check real quick. Do I have any more togographs? Yes, we have still 2 more. Outer Island and Outer Island 2. This was the island with the dragon, wasn't it? It might be. So somewhere around here, right? Ah, there we go. Bubbles. Giving you a choco pepper. That's so loud. You found treasure at the bottom of the ocean. 50 potions, 25 high potions, 9 ethers, 7 elixirs. Discarded items over 99. 7 elixirs, pretty decent actually. Alrighty, and then while we are around here, apparently there is a thing somewhere around here. Ah, I think this was the crack that I found, and then I didn't remember where it was. The crack crumbled and opened up a hole. Mognet Central? What? Hi. I wonder if Mognet will go out of business. Kupo? Why? Mographin. The grown-up Muggles don't know what to do because their equipment is broken. Oh, that's why you don't deliver letters. Hello. I wonder if Mognet will ever be the same. If we only had that item. That item? I don't think we've heard this music before. This is really neat. Hi. I shouldn't have used so much of it on myself. I only did it because it makes my coat so soft and shiny. And after I used it all up, the gear starts to grind. Like oil? What do you need to bring those guys? What have they done? Well, I can think their machine broke down. Or something like that. Oh well. Either way, I found this thing now. This is the one crack that I actually found, and I found kind of suspicious too. Aside from the one that is in the ice. The rest of those things here, I will be pretty much finding mainly thanks to this requires the sky, so I assume it's on an island where I have to fly to, thinking about it. Oops. So I will assume, as in the rest of those things is not what I found myself. So one of those islands over here must be pretty much... Yeah, this is literally right here. we go. 21 amethysts, 16 garnets, 1 Genji armor, and the Ragnarok. Wait a second, is this Steiner's best weapon by chance? We don't have Steiner with us. Genji armor is a really heavy armor, the best one in, well, basically the best one in Final Fantasy V. Ragnarok is also a sword, traditionally. Steiner's best is Excalibur 2. Oh, well, of course it is. Best 100% acquirable weapon. I see. Okay. So I guess in the end I did actually find stuff. Oh, by the way, can you actually mental break or Ozma? I need to... This is literally right here. Isn't it? I was so certain it was here. Yeah, it is. Can you mental break Ozma? These 3 good weapons are great. Clim Hazard. There we go. You can skip cutscenes now. It's even easier to get it done in 12 hours now. Yeah. And I go online with Ragnarok. Kinda difficult. 11 sapphires, 1 circlet. A pumice piece! Oh, I would have loved to have that earlier. Hildegard 3 card. Discarded cards over 100. Does that mean I just didn't get the Hildegard 3 card just now? Yep. Yep. That's okay. So, a circlet. What does a circlet do? Shelling Clear-Headed has tremendous amount of magic defense. Wow. Would have been really nice to have before. First I introduced too. So, let's actually take a look at the map. I think that was all of the Chocographs that I had. I'm not going to search for more, but I figured we might as well have filled out the remainder that we had still. So, let's see. There are still more bubbles on the ocean according to this map. So let's go for the bubbles first. There is 3 more bubbles. 4, I think. One is right over here, apparently. Kinda curious that I found the one that is more or less in the middle of the ocean, but the other ones I didn't notice. To be fair, they are really hard to notice. On a treasure at the bottom of the ocean. 8 straw hats. What was a straw hat again? 8 pearl armlets? 7 Aloha t-shirts? 8 sandals? Wait. This is just... This game was developed in Hawaii. This is just... nothing useful, is it? Well, I guess the pearl armlets might be interesting. A One Piece reference? I guess it might be. There's one item missing? What do you mean with that, I may ask? You got 8 of everything, but 7 of one of them. Oh, that way around. I see. There's a certain Moogle who really wants Koopa nuts. Yeah, but I don't know where the Koopa nuts are. So apparently in Quan's dwelling there is more. Or near Quartz dwelling. Does Bubbles here by chance somewhere, or...? But yeah, I got the t-shirt already from the Moogle, that's true. According to the map, there's a thing at Quartz dwelling, but also it's kind of seemingly in the middle of the land, so... I need to actually enter Quartz dwelling. Okay. And bring the Chocobo to the entrance. I already got the extra scene with Vivi and Quina. Bring the Chocobo to the entrance? Okay. I'll do that. I'm going to 2 more bubbles here and then we start flying around. So apparently there's bubbles here. I guess this one is slightly more obvious. Or not. Thought it would be right here. Oh, it is slightly more obvious. Right here. Does the map tell you about the Shimmering Island one? Yes. That one map linked the map earlier. Treasure! We found 10 remedies. 1 black robe, that's actually really good. 1 Genji glove, oh goodness. A blue Narcissus card. Rip cards. Thankfully I'm not a completionist, otherwise this would be kind of awkward. I mean, if I was a completionist, I would have to replay the game anyway, since I kind of missed a few things that you can no longer get. Reminds me, I kind of forgot to eat the rest of my curry. Oops. Good evening to you, Kilesper. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's look for the next treasure. Maybe. So apparently around here is another one. Somewhere. Just take in the middle or what? In the middle of the pillars. So this is without the bubbles. Indicator. Or am I just in the wrong place? If your yellow dot overlaps with the Shimmering Island dot. Oh, it's up here, isn't it? Manderp. Wait, where is it? Would be around here, right? Open up the big map. Oh. So this one is a blind one? Really? Found a treasure at the bottom of the ocean. I did not expect there to be one that doesn't have bubbles. I mean, you can sort of, kind of, somewhat figure it out based on, oh, we just sank an island, maybe there's treasure here. But this is oddly specific. I would never have found this. 110 Aquamarine, 1 Ultima weapon, 1 Maximilian, 1 Invincible card. What is a Maximilian? How do they have cards of something that was like 100 years in the future? There's an in-game hint? Interesting. Alright, so it's not entirely blind, so that's nice. Stein's armor is Maximilian. And that is Sidain's best weapon. Interesting. There are in-game hints for cracks and bubbles, you think? Okay, so I basically either just didn't realize they were for that at that point, or I didn't find them. One or the other. Well, I sell those strategy guides. I kind of doubt that this is what they had in mind. But for the people that are real explorers of those kinds of games, it can be incredibly rewarding to figure out those kinds of things where it's just like mind-blowing, because you did not necessarily expect the reward, you're just trying random ridiculous things and suddenly you stumble upon something. Which can be pretty awesome, I think. So apparently just to the west of here. Oh no, that's a chocograph. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the weapon thing real quick. Which means I also need to have Steiner in my party. Visit the hidden island, true. I'll do that. On the way there, I'm going to get 2 more cracks. Which apparently are the only cracks on the thing. Huh. Hey Netman Matt, this map that you gave me doesn't list the crack that was in the ice area. Interesting, so it actually is missing a thing. So let's check this out real quick. So we have Ultima weapon, 100 damage. Question. If I go with this weapon here into the area that is upside down, would I deal negative damage, like healing the enemy? Because that's kind of how it would work. Considered the most powerful weapon in the world. Alright. We also got some pearl armament, I don't know. Pearl armlet provides a solid tropical feel. Nice. Said crack lacking a crack. Oh, well, I mean, I've got the crack in the ice area already. It's just curious that he wouldn't list it. You don't hear them, but yeah, that's way past the tolerance for Ispen. That's like minus 40 attack. So you deal 0. I was just wondering whether you could break the game that way. So, and Steiner got Ragnarok, which has Shock. Oh, earlier someone mentioned, hey, do you have Shock? No, I had Lightning Blades. I didn't have Shock. So, that's a thing. So, and you also now have Maximilian, HP plus 20%, Armorborn exclusive, Live by Night. Which, tremendous amount of defense, but nothing else really. Not all that impressive. Did get another Palmis piece though. So, what else did we get? What did I forget? Did we get anything else particularly interesting? Shock is just a straight up like 4 times multiplier hits like a truck. Oh! So we would have been able to punch through Ozma's defense with that. The Genji gloves and Genji armor. Right, thank you. Can you equip the Genji armor? You can. Body temperature, accuracy, very famous brand of armor. Okay. It actually has more magic defense than the Dragon Mail. Less strength. That's cute though. If you used shock on the friendly Jan... Wait, what happens then? Is it going to go all electric cheap on you? Okay, let's see. Genji gloves are somewhere. Also, we have sandals. That's pretty awesome. Oh wait, gloves are gloves. I'm a dummy. Genji gloves. Very famous brand of glove. Actually worse than the defense gloves. Huh. I'm mildly surprised by that. It's more magic though. Oh, it turns big damage into like 1k. I see, fair enough. Make sure you hit up Kwan's dwelling too. Right. Actually forgot about that already again. I suggest we visit the paradise as the last thing we do. Then I'm going to be done here for now. Oh, there is 2 cracks. Right over here is one. Actually means I need to be on the ground. So over here somewhere is a crack. Where exactly I don't really know. Let's see, according to the map we need to be pretty much here actually. This doesn't look like a crack, does it? Go back where you landed, you can see it. Which, here? I'm blind. There's a crack. Oh wow, I would never have assumed this was a crack. Didn't I mention that even at some point? Huh, this looks kind of like a bit of a crack, but not really. Like, continue just like that. You can verify it's crackable by trying to walk on it. Oh! Can you not walk on it? On a treasure in the hole. 1 maiden prayer, what is that? 1 dragon's hair, what is that? 1 gauntlet, what is that? Odin card, rip card. Oh, indeed, you cannot walk on it. Oh, curious. Dragon's hair is a spear. Ooh, and dragon breath? I want to see that. Legendary spear made from the Dragon King's hair. It is known as the Divider of Heaven. Oh way. And Freya's doing all that in sandals, that's impressive. So we have a gauntlet, which is just a regular old glove. Actually, that has a lot of resilience. Fire, Earth, Water and Wind. This is better than the Venetia glove. No, the defense gloves. Oh, this is really good. Like, really good. Nice. Did I get anything else that I probably forgot about? So, and then there's a second crack pretty much right over here. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. I definitely did not find this one. I would remember this location, I think. Oh wow, that didn't work. Okay. I need to be specifically up against it, I guess. They did a good job with the world design in this game. I like it. One treasure in the hole. 19 eye drops. 1 Maiden's ring. That's nice. On the Genji helmet. And Hildegard a 1 card. Genji helmet. Well, this one is actually pretty good though. So, Dragon's hair, Genji helmet, Genji gloves, Genji armor, and sandals. There should be something else. Did we already get Amaranth's best weapon? Maybe. I did get the Kaiser Knuckles, and I did get the one that was in the Memoria area. So this was all of them, I think. Someone told me to not forget something, and I forgot what it was. Ha ha ha. Oh, right, I remember now. We go to Khorne's hideout. Wan's dwelling, it is called. Yes, and the island northwest corner we're flying. I remember that one. So I need to actually walk somewhere from here. Oh, there's Bubbles. There's the Bubbles. That's what I was looking for. Just leave the bird right outside. Okay. Did we get the hammer? No, how do we get the hammer? I also heard that there's a slight additional cutscene if you have the hammer for after beating the boss. There's something at the bottom of the ledge in the ocean. Looks like foam. Maybe you can get there on a Chocobo. Use that pepper. Higher than I thought. Feed him with that pepper. Whoa. That's a pretty brutal dive. Found the treasure at the bottom of the ocean. 9 ore, 15 topaz, 1 tiger racket, 1 red rose card, bye-bye card. Oh, I get it now. Oh, this is probably how you would learn about the bubbles too, wouldn't it be? It was still Asia's, but if you're not interested in the cuts in your own game, it's not particularly important. Yeah, no, it's just kind of part of the ending. But the hammer is also used in some synthesizing recipe. So, unfortunately I don't have Garnet with me to check out what that racket does. I'm briefly going to go ahead and grab Garnet just to see what the racket does. We get into one more combat because I want to see what Dragon's Breath does. Used to make a silly armor, the tin armor. Is it actually any good? Nope, really? It's not? Because it's for Rusty, I guess. Defense-wise, it's the best in the game. Aside from that, what's the catch? Rare armor or useless sword? Useless sword? By the way, when I was asking what the thing was for, the king's... forget what it was called. The Queen's Love or so. It is actually somewhat useful, the Queen's Love, if you craft it. Save the Queen it's called. If you don't have this, you actually don't get to see the little scene where Beatrix ends up essentially quitting, or trying to quit her job at the castle, so to speak. That's kind of putting it in a weird way, I guess, but you get what I mean, right? That actually is added through having the Save the Queen. Save the Queen is Silver Glove plus Javelin. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot to actually equip the thing on you. You don't have now the Tiger Racket. Most powerful long-range racket. Elemental attack wind. Still only 45. And it has this spell on it, that's actually really neat. So this is going to be my last save, and I'm saving before I get it to the account because it could soft lock. Shame you can't use Save the Queen because it has different damage calculation for every sword in the game. Interesting. What does it have then? So, last battle of this game for us anyways for now. Aye. First of all, we have Dagger Attack. Bonk. That's actually pretty solid. Wow. And then we have... what was Cherry Blossom? Non-elemental damage to all enemies. Have I ever used that? I don't remember having used that. Also, Sightings weapon looks pretty sweet. Cherry Blossom. That looks actually really awesome, honestly. Rackets use speed in their calculation, so they hit harder than you would expect. Ah, okay. And here we have Dragon's Breath. Reduces HP of all enemies, so can somebody explain what Dragon's Breath exactly does, by chance? What's I like Freya's weapon? That's good damage. I mean, technically speaking, every single attack reduces HP of enemies, right? But I feel like the description of it is a bit strange. Does damage equal to target maximum HP minus current HP to all enemies. So you can very easily do max damage with that if the enemy has lost already 10,000 HP. I see. That's really good actually, overall. Alright, Choco, let's go to Paradise. The crack crumbled and I ended up opening the hole. Wow, this looks fancy. The Popo's Paradise. But this is Paradise, Koopa. Meanie? When did you get here? Koopa, I followed you because I thought you'd find this place soon. I'm speechless, Koopa. Koopa. Wait. You can play cards. Hardly you cannot play cards. It's the water slide. Whee! Speaker Choco, welcome. I am Fat Chocobo, the king of Chocobo's paradise. It would have been better if you'd come here without the help of humans, but they have taken good care of you. I've made it so they can understand our language while they're here. Wait. You who brought Choco here. Choco will stay here and start a new life with us. You should say your goodbyes now. Wait. And Meanie, I'll live here too, Koopa. Little one. Koopa? The Chocobos can live here. No exception. No exception. Choco. Have you finished your goodbyes? Not yet, Koopa. Choco still needs to find more treasures, Koopa. Choco, were you not looking for peace and companionship? Are there things you must take care of? Wing! And come back when you finish what you must do. I'm going home, Koopa. Aww. I'll be waiting at the usual location, Koopa. So, I wonder, what happens if I find all the things and do everything with Choco? Would he then be able to stay here? The scary world out there, come back soon. Can you not go up there? Looks like you can go up there, but not really. That's weird. You get more cutscenes? Alrighty. In this case, whee! Maybe some other time. Wow, I mean, we already explored all the places you can go to with that pepper? Ah, that's your in-game hint. In case, wow. That's fair. We need all the cards for ranking as well. Oh, that ranking, I see. Okay. In this case, that is it from me for today and also for Final Fantasy IX. Next time, or tomorrow I guess, I will be getting back to Secret of Mana. I need to actually get practiced in that game again. 1 player, 2 controller speedruns. And I hope I'm not going to lose motivation too quickly again. That would be nice. But besides that, I'm going to be soon setting up a straw poll for which casual game we are going to be tackling next. Again, I will try to put in games that are maybe not as popular, so if you have more suggestions that maybe of games that are not that popular or well known, feel free to bring them forth. Until then, thank you very much for watching, for listening and for working, and well, maybe until next time, take care. Thank you very much.